Caitlin Clark vents frustration after latest Fever loss. The Indiana Fever and superstar guard Caitlin Clark were hoping to bounce back from their last loss to the Golden State Valkyries on Sunday when they took on the Las Vegas Aces. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Despite leading heading into the fourth quarter, the Fever were unable to get the job done. They ended up losing by a final score of 89-81. It was yet another disappointing loss for an Indiana team that has yet to show it can be the WNBA Finals contender many expected it to be. Aaliyah Boston led the way for the Fever with a big-time performance, scoring 26 points on 12 for 19 shooting to go along with 10 rebounds. Clark scored 19 points but shot just 7 for 20 from the floor and 1 for 10 from the three-point line, while also dishing out 10 assists and recording 8 turnovers. On the other side of the court, A'ja Wilson scored 24 points, Jackie Young scored 19 points, and Chelsea Gray scored 18 points to lead the Aces. Following the loss, Clark spoke out and revealed her biggest frustration with Indiana's lack of being able to play to its full potential. "I feel like we're really close to being really good," Clark said. "That's what's been frustrating about these few losses. For us today, I think this is much different than the Golden State loss. Golden State, we just got straight up outplayed and out-hustled. Tonight we did things really well for a good portion of the game. Down the stretch, we just couldn't find a way to get it done." With the loss, the Fever dropped to 6-7 on the season. They have dealt with some adversity early in the season with key injury issues, especially with Clark missing multiple games due to a quad injury and Sophie Cunningham having some injury problems as well. Indiana will have a chance to bounce back from its latest loss on Tuesday night when they take on the Seattle Storm on the road at 10 p.m. ET. There is no question that the Fever have championship potential. Clark has MVP potential as well. It will be interesting to see if Indiana and Clark can figure things out. Hopefully, the Fever will be able to start turning things around as soon as possible. The arena was loud, too loud, in a way that unsettled Caitlin Clark's usually sharp focus. The scoreboard blinked a number she didn't want to see, another loss. The Fever's latest defeat felt like a weight heavier than the last, and she couldn't hold back the flood of frustration swelling inside her. Caitlin paced the locker room, her eyes blazing with the kind of fire that only fierce competitors carry. Sweat still clung to her jersey, but it was the mental strain that showed. This wasn't just about fatigue from the game. It was about expectation, about potential, about the glaring gap between who she was and who she wanted to be. She had poured everything into that game, the drills, the hours of shooting practice, the film sessions dissecting opponents' moves. Yet, here she was, staring at a loss that felt like a punch in the gut. The Fever's struggles were no secret, but Caitlin was expected to be the spark, the unstoppable force. And when the team faltered, so did the narrative around her. "This isn't just basketball," she muttered under her breath, voice raw with emotion. "It's every late night, every sacrifice. It's my heart out there, and it's killing me to see us fall short." Frustration isn't a stranger to elite athletes, but for Caitlin, it was a double-edged sword. It fueled her drive, but it also chipped at her confidence. She knew that the path to greatness was never straight. It twisted and turned, sometimes plunging into the darkest valleys before reaching the peaks. Her mind flashed back to her college days, moments of sheer brilliance, moments when the pressure felt lighter because the stakes, though high, weren't global. Now the spotlight was brighter, the critics louder, and the margin for error thinner. "People expect me to be perfect," she confessed quietly, "but basketball is a team game. We win and lose together. I'm not just playing for myself. I'm carrying the weight of every teammate, every fan, every person who believes in us." The loss was more than a tally on the scoreboard. It was a reminder of how far the Fever still had to go. But Caitlin wasn't the type to stay down. After the venting, after the raw honesty, she shifted gears. This frustration was her fuel. She envisioned the next practice, the next opportunity to rewrite the narrative. She imagined herself pushing harder, demanding more from her teammates, refusing to accept anything less than progress. "I'm not here to just be good," she declared, eyes narrowing with renewed purpose. "I'm here to be great, and greatness doesn't come from comfort zones. It comes from pushing through pain and frustration."